For over 40 years, I've studied the deepest mysteries of the human mind and spirit, searching for the ultimate key to healing and transformation. After decades of research and helping thousands of people, I've discovered what I call the final healing code, the one principle that contains all other healing principles within it. This code is so simple that a child can understand it, yet so powerful that it can heal conditions that medicine considers hopeless. And it's been inside you all along. My beloved friend, if you've been struggling with health challenges that seem beyond your control, if you've been told there's nothing more that can be done for your condition, if you feel frustrated by treatments that address symptoms but never get to the root cause, then what I'm about to share with you could be the most important information you'll ever receive. For over 4 decades, I've dedicated my life to understanding the deepest principles of healing and human transformation. I've seen people recover from conditions that doctors called hopeless. I've witnessed healing that defied every law of medicine and science. I've helped thousands discover that within their own consciousness lies a power greater than any external treatment or therapy. The final healing code I'm going to share with you today isn't just another healing technique. It's the master key that unlocks all healing. It's the one principle that, when truly understood and applied, makes every other healing method more effective. It's the secret that transforms you from someone who hopes for healing into someone who commands healing. You see, most people approach healing backwards. They focus on fighting the disease, battling the symptoms, trying to overcome their body's apparent failures. They look to external sources, doctors, medicines, treatments, to save them from conditions they feel powerless to change. But here's what the great healers throughout history have always known. True healing doesn't come from fighting illness. It comes from awakening wellness. It doesn't come from overcoming your body. It comes from aligning with your body's infinite capacity for perfect health. It doesn't come from external sources. It comes from within. The power I'm going to teach you to access today isn't foreign to you. It's not something you need to acquire or develop. It's something you need to remember, to awaken, to allow to flow freely through your life. This power has been with you since before your birth. It's what formed your body in your mother's womb. It's what heals your cuts, mends your bones, and fights off countless threats to your health every single day. The tragedy is that most people live their entire lives with this infinite healing power lying dormant within them like a sleeping giant waiting to be awakened. They suffer from conditions that could be healed, endure limitations that could be overcome, accept decline that could be reversed, all because they don't know how to activate the healing code that's written into the very fabric of their being. Over the next 90 minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey that will fundamentally change how you understand health, healing, and the incredible power that lies within your own consciousness. We'll begin by exploring the true nature of healing and why conventional approaches, while valuable, often miss the most important element. Then I'll reveal to you the final healing code itself, the one principle that contains all other healing principles, the master key that unlocks your infinite capacity for perfect health. You'll discover why this code works, how it operates through your subconscious mind, and why it's more powerful than any external treatment or therapy. I'll show you the specific techniques for activating this code in your daily life, the exact words and feelings that awaken your healing power, and the practices that maintain your connection to this infinite source of wellness. You'll learn how to apply this code to any condition, physical, mental, or emotional. Most importantly, you'll discover that healing is not something that happens to you, it's something you consciously participate in and direct. You'll learn to see yourself not as a victim of illness or genetics, but as the master of your own physical destiny. By the end of our time together, you'll possess not just knowledge, but practical tools that can transform any health challenge into an opportunity for deeper healing and greater wholeness. So prepare yourself to awaken the power that's always been inside you, the truth about healing. My dear friend, before I can share with you the final healing code, you must first understand what healing truly is. because most people have been conditioned to think about healing in ways that actually prevent healing from occurring. They've been taught to see their body as a machine that breaks down, their illness as an enemy to be fought, and themselves as helpless victims waiting for someone else to save them. But this is not the truth about healing. This is not how the infinite intelligence that created your body intends for healing to work. And until you understand the real nature of healing, you cannot access the full power that lies within you. Let me tell you something that will forever change how you see your physical body. Right now, as you listen to my words, your body is performing millions of healing actions every single second. Your heart is beating without any conscious direction from you, pumping life-giving blood to every cell. Your lungs are extracting oxygen from the air and distributing it throughout your system. Your digestive system is breaking down food and converting it into the exact nutrients your body needs. Your immune system is identifying and eliminating thousands of potential threats. Your nervous system is coordinating countless processes that maintain your life. Your cells are regenerating, repairing damage, creating new tissue. All of this happens automatically, guided by an intelligence so vast, so precise, so perfect, that no human mind could ever comprehend its full scope. This intelligence that governs your body, what do you think it is? Where does it come from? How does it know exactly what to do, when to do it, how to coordinate billions of processes in perfect harmony? This intelligence is not separate from you, it is you. It's the deepest part of your being, the infinite creative power of the universe, expressing itself through your individual consciousness. It's the same power that formed the galaxies, that causes the flowers to bloom, that beats your heart and heals your wounds. Most people never recognize this truth. They think their body is just flesh and blood, subject to decay and disease, limited by genetics and environment. They don't realize that their body is actually a perfect expression of consciousness, responding constantly to their thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and mental images. I want to share with you a story that illustrates this principle perfectly. Many years ago, I worked with a woman named Sarah, who had been diagnosed with a condition that her doctor said was incurable. She had tried every treatment available, consulted with specialists around the world, but nothing seemed to help. Her condition was getting progressively worse. When she came to see me, she was angry and bitter. She felt betrayed by her body, abandoned by God, and hopeless about her future. She spoke about her illness as if it were an evil enemy that had invaded her body against her will. She saw herself as completely powerless, a victim of forces beyond her control. But as we talked, I helped her understand something profound. Her body wasn't betraying her. It was responding perfectly to the messages she had been sending it through her thoughts and emotions. For years, she had been filled with stress, resentment, and self-criticism. She had been at war with herself, pushing her body beyond its limits, ignoring its needs, treating it more like an enemy than a friend. Her body, being the faithful servant it always is, had simply manifested physically what she was experiencing mentally and emotionally. Her illness wasn't a betrayal, it was a message. Her body was trying to get her attention, to force her to slow down, to examine her life, to begin treating herself with the love and care she deserved. Once Sarah understood this, everything changed. Instead of fighting her illness, she began to listen to what it was trying to tell her. Instead of hating her body, she began to appreciate its incredible intelligence and resilience. Instead of seeing herself as a victim, she began to recognize her power as a conscious creator of her own physical experience. She learned to speak to her body with love and respect. She began to visualize her cells healing and regenerating. She released the stress and resentment that had been poisoning her system for years. She started treating her body as the sacred temple it truly is. The results were remarkable. Within months, her condition began to improve in ways that amazed her doctors. Within 2 years, she was completely healed, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. She had awakened to the truth about healing, and that truth had set her free. This is what I want you to understand. Your body is not a machine that randomly breaks down. It's a living expression of your consciousness, constantly responding to your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. It's always working for your highest good, even when illness appears. It's trying to bring you back into harmony, back into alignment with the infinite healing power that is your true nature. But most people never learn to work with this intelligence. They spend their lives fighting their own bodies, criticizing themselves, filling their minds with fear and worry and stress. And then they wonder why they experience illness and limitation. The truth is, your body wants to be healthy. It's designed for perfect health. It has an innate drive toward wellness that never stops working, never gives up, never loses hope. But this healing intelligence can only work effectively when it receives the right instructions from your conscious mind. When you fill your consciousness with thoughts of appreciation for your body, when you send love to your cells, when you visualize perfect health and feel genuine gratitude for your body's incredible service, that's when you align with the healing intelligence and allow it to do what it does best: create perfect health. This brings me to something even more important. Most people think healing means getting rid of symptoms or curing diseases. But true healing is much deeper than that. True healing is the restoration of wholeness, not just physical wholeness, but mental, emotional, and spiritual wholeness as well. You see, illness is always a symptom of disconnection. When you're disconnected from your true nature, when you're out of harmony with the infinite intelligence within you, when you're living in opposition to the natural flow of life, that's when illness manifests. But when you reconnect with your true nature, when you align with the infinite healing power within you, when you live in harmony with the deeper intelligence of your being, that's when healing occurs naturally and effortlessly. This is why external treatments alone are never enough. They may address symptoms, they may provide temporary relief, but they cannot restore the fundamental harmony that is the source of all healing. Only you can do that by awakening to the truth of who you really are and the power that has always been yours to claim. I've seen this principle demonstrated thousands of times. People who were told they had incurable conditions, who had exhausted all medical options, who had given up hope, they found complete healing when they learned to reconnect with the infinite healing power within their own consciousness. They didn't do this by fighting their illness or trying to overcome their bodies. They did it by remembering their true nature, by aligning with the perfect intelligence that created them, by awakening the healing power that had always been there, waiting patiently for them to recognize it and claim it. This is what I want for you. I want you to understand that you are not a helpless victim of illness or genetics or circumstances. You are a powerful spiritual being, temporarily expressing yourself in physical form, with full access to the infinite healing intelligence of the universe. You have within you right now everything you need to heal any condition, overcome any limitation, restore any function that seems to be lost. The power that formed your body in your mother's womb is still with you. The intelligence that has kept you alive every moment of your life is still operating. The love that brought you into existence is still flowing through your being. All you need to do is learn how to recognize this power, how to align with it, how to allow it to flow freely through your consciousness and into your physical experience. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you next. But to truly awaken this power, you must first understand the final healing code itself, the one principle that unlocks all healing, the master key that gives you dominion over your physical experience, the secret that transforms you from someone who suffers illness into someone who commands perfect health. The final healing code revealed. My beloved friend, are you ready to discover the secret that can heal any condition, overcome any limitation, restore any function in your body? Are you prepared to learn the one code that contains all healing wisdom, the master key that unlocks your infinite capacity for perfect health? What I'm about to share with you has been known by the great healers and mystics throughout history, but it's been hidden from the masses, kept secret by those who didn't understand that Healing power belongs to everyone. Today, I'm going to reveal this secret to you, and once you understand it, once you begin to apply it, your life will never be the same. The final healing code is this: love is the only healing power in the universe. Let me say that again, because these words contain the key to every healing you will ever need. Love is the only healing power in the universe. Now, before your mind begins to dismiss this as too simple or too sentimental, let me explain to you what I mean by love and why this principle is the most scientifically accurate, the most practically effective, and the most spiritually true statement about healing that can ever be made. When I speak of love as the healing power, I'm not talking about emotional attachment or romantic feeling. I'm talking about love in its purest form, the fundamental creative force of the universe, the energy that holds atoms together, the power that causes stars to shine, the intelligence that grows a seed into a mighty oak tree. This love is what the ancient scriptures meant when they said God is love. It's what scientists are discovering when they study the coherent energy fields that organize matter and consciousness. It's what healers throughout history have accessed when they've demonstrated miraculous healing power. Love, in this deepest sense, is the energy of unity, harmony, and wholeness. It's the force that brings all things into perfect order, that restores all imbalance, that heals all separation. And this love, this infinite, intelligent, creative love, is not separate from you. It is you in your truest, deepest nature. Every cell in your body was created by this love. Every function in your body is sustained by this love. Every healing that has ever occurred in your body has been accomplished by this love. The question is not whether you have access to this healing love. You do. The question is whether you recognize it, whether you align with it, whether you allow it to flow freely through your consciousness. Let me tell you why most people struggle with illness and limitation. It's not because they lack healing power. It's because they block the flow of healing love through their consciousness. They fill their minds with fear, worry, criticism, and judgment. They see themselves as separate from the source of health and wholeness. They identify with their symptoms rather than their infinite nature. Every thought of fear about your health blocks the flow of healing love. Every moment of worry about your condition restricts the channels through which healing energy flows. Every criticism of your body, every judgment of yourself as flawed or broken, every belief that you are powerless to heal, all of these mental patterns block the very power that could restore you to perfect health. But the opposite is also true, and this is where your power lies. Every thought of love toward your body opens the channels for healing energy. Every moment of appreciation for your cells and organs allows healing love to flow more freely. Every recognition of your body's incredible intelligence and your own infinite nature aligns you with the healing power of the universe. This is not theory or philosophy. This is practical science. When you send love to your body, when you appreciate your cells, when you feel genuine gratitude for your organs and systems, you literally change the energy field around your body. You create coherent, healing vibrations that restore harmony to every level of your being. I want to share with you a story that will help you understand this principle. Several years ago, I worked with a man named Robert who had been diagnosed with a serious heart condition. His doctors told him he needed immediate surgery, but even then, his prognosis was uncertain. He was terrified, convinced that his body had betrayed him, angry at what he saw as the unfairness of his situation. When he came to see me, I could see immediately what was happening. His fear and anger were creating a field of chaotic, destructive energy around his heart. Instead of sending love and healing energy to the organ that had served him faithfully for decades, he was flooding it with stress hormones and negative emotions. I helped him understand that his heart wasn't his enemy. It was his most loyal friend, beating billions of times to keep him alive, never asking for recognition or reward. His heart wasn't betraying him. It was crying out for the love and appreciation it deserved. I taught him to place his hands on his chest and speak to his heart with genuine love and gratitude. Thank you, my dear heart, for your faithful service. Thank you for beating so perfectly all these years. I love you and I appreciate you, and I know you have the wisdom to heal yourself. At first he felt awkward doing this. His logical mind told him he was being silly, talking to an organ as if it were a person, but I encouraged him to persist, to send genuine love and appreciation to his heart every day. Gradually, something beautiful began to happen. As he continued to send love to his heart, he began to feel differently about his condition. Instead of seeing it as a catastrophe, he began to see it as his heart's way of asking for more love, more care, more attention to his overall well-being. He started treating his body with greater respect. He began eating foods that nourished his heart, getting the exercise his cardiovascular system needed, managing his stress more effectively. But most importantly, he maintained his practice of sending love to his heart every single day. The results amazed his doctors. His heart function began to improve steadily. Tests that had shown serious abnormalities began to normalize. Within 6 months, his heart was functioning better than it had in years. The surgery that had seemed so urgent was no longer necessary. When his cardiologist asked what he had done to achieve such remarkable improvement, Robert simply said, "I learned to love my heart." The doctor was puzzled by this answer, but Robert knew the truth. He had activated the healing power of love, and that power had restored his heart to perfect health. This is the power that's available to you right now. This is the healing energy that flows through your being every moment of every day, waiting for you to recognize it and direct it consciously toward healing and wholeness. But let me be very clear about something important. When I tell you that love is the only healing power, I'm not suggesting that you should abandon medical treatment or ignore professional medical advice. The love I'm talking about works in harmony with all other healing modalities. In fact, it makes them more effective. When you approach medical treatment from a place of love and appreciation for your body, when you see medications and procedures as tools that the infinite intelligence can work through, when you maintain your connection to the healing power within you while also utilizing external healing resources, that's when you create the optimal conditions for complete healing. I've seen this principle work with every type of condition imaginable. People who were told they had terminal cancer, who learned to send love to their cells and see their treatment as an expression of love for their bodies, often experienced complete recovery. People with chronic pain who began to love and appreciate their bodies instead of resenting their symptoms found that their pain diminished or disappeared entirely. People struggling with mental and emotional challenges who learned to send love to their minds and hearts with the same dedication they might send love to a beloved child, discovered that depression lifted, anxiety dissolved, and joy returned to their lives. This is because love is the universal healing power. It works on every level: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It restores harmony wherever there is discord, brings wholeness wherever there is fragmentation, creates health wherever there is illness. But here's what you must understand. This healing love cannot be faked or manufactured. It must be genuine. Your cells, your organs, your entire body can tell the difference between real love and pretended love. They respond only to authentic appreciation, sincere gratitude, and genuine care. This means you must learn to see your body as it truly is, not as a collection of problems to be fixed, but as a miracle of infinite intelligence expressing itself in physical form. You must learn to appreciate the incredible complexity and precision with which your body operates, the remarkable resilience it demonstrates, the faithful service it provides you every moment of your life. When you truly understand what a miracle your body is, when you recognize the incredible intelligence that governs every cell and organ, when you appreciate the love that went into creating this magnificent temple for your soul, that's when genuine healing love begins to flow. And here's something beautiful. The more love you send to your body, the more love you feel. The more you appreciate your cells and organs, the more they respond with improved function and vitality. The more you treat your body as the sacred temple it is, the more it becomes a perfect vehicle for expressing your highest nature. This creates what I call a healing spiral. Love generates healing, healing generates more love, which generates even greater healing, and so on. Instead of the downward spiral of illness that many people experience, you begin to experience an upward spiral of ever-increasing health and vitality. Now, let me teach you exactly how to activate this healing love in your own life. Let me show you the specific techniques that will awaken the infinite healing power that has always been within you, waiting for your recognition and direction. Activating your healing code. My dear friend, now that you understand that love is the fundamental healing power in the universe, let me teach you exactly how to activate this power in your own life. What I'm about to share with you are not just techniques or exercises. They are sacred practices that connect you directly with the infinite healing intelligence that created your body and sustains your life every moment. These practices are simple enough for anyone to do, yet powerful enough to create miraculous healing when applied with sincerity and consistency. I have seen them work for thousands of people with every imaginable condition, and I know they will work for you as well if you approach them with an open heart and genuine faith in the healing power within you. The first and most important practice I want to teach you is what I call the healing love meditation. This is a specific technique for generating and directing healing love throughout your entire body, awakening every cell to its perfect nature and unlimited capacity for health and vitality. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably or lie down if you prefer. Close your eyes and begin to breathe slowly and deeply, allowing your body to relax completely with each exhale. Feel yourself settling into a state of peaceful centeredness, aware of the life force flowing through every part of your being. Now, place both hands on your heart and feel the steady, faithful beating that has sustained your life since before your birth. This heart of yours has beaten millions of times without any conscious direction from you, pumping life-giving blood to every cell in your body. Feel genuine appreciation for this incredible organ that has served you so faithfully. Say quietly to yourself, or out loud if you prefer, "I love you, my dear heart. Thank you for your faithful service. Thank you for your perfect intelligence and your unlimited capacity for health and strength." As you say these words, really mean them. Let genuine love and gratitude fill your entire being. Feel this love not just as an emotion, but as a healing energy that flows from your heart throughout your entire body. Now, expand this love to include your entire circulatory system. Visualize healing love flowing through every artery, every vein, every capillary. See this love as golden light, as healing energy, as the perfect expression of life itself flowing through your cardiovascular system, bringing perfect health and vitality to every cell. Continue this process with each system of your body. Send love to your lungs, appreciating their incredible ability to extract life-giving oxygen from the air and release waste products that your body no longer needs. Thank your lungs for every breath they have given you, for every moment of life they have sustained. Send love to your digestive system, marveling at its ability to transform food into the exact nutrients your body needs. Appreciate the incredible intelligence that coordinates this complex process, that knows exactly what each organ needs and when it needs it. Send love to your nervous system, to your brain and spinal cord and all the nerves that carry messages throughout your body with the speed of lightning. Thank this system for coordinating the millions of processes that maintain your life, for storing your memories, for enabling you to think and feel and experience the world around you. Send love to your muscles and bones, to your joints and ligaments, to your skin that protects you and your organs that serve you. Appreciate each part of your body for its unique contribution to your health and well-being. As you send love to each part of your body, really feel this love. Don't just think loving thoughts, generate loving feelings. Let appreciation and gratitude fill your heart and flow through your entire being. This is not a mental exercise, it's an energetic practice that actually changes the vibrational frequency of your cells and organs. If there is any part of your body that is experiencing illness or limitation, give that area special attention. Instead of seeing it as diseased or damaged, see it as a part of yourself that is calling for more love, more attention, more healing energy. Place your hands on this area or visualize healing light flowing into it and say, I love you completely. I appreciate your service to me. I know you have the perfect intelligence to heal and restore yourself. I send you all the love and healing energy you need to return to perfect health. Don't try to force healing or demand that symptoms disappear immediately. Simply send genuine love and trust that this love will do its perfect work in its perfect time. Remember, healing is not about forcing your body to comply with your demands. It's about creating the conditions in which your body's natural healing intelligence can operate most effectively. Practice this healing love meditation for at least 20 minutes each day, preferably first thing in the morning when your subconscious mind is most receptive. As you continue this practice, you will begin to notice changes not just in how you feel about your body, but in how your body actually functions. The second practice I want to teach you is what I call loving your body back to health throughout your day. This means developing a constant awareness of your body as a sacred temple, treating it with the love and respect it deserves in every moment. Instead of taking your body for granted or criticizing it for perceived flaws or limitations, make it your practice to constantly appreciate its incredible service to you. When you wake up in the morning, thank your body for a restful night's sleep and for the energy it provides you for the day ahead. When you eat, appreciate your digestive system's ability to transform food into nourishment. When you walk, thank your legs and feet for carrying you. When you breathe, appreciate your lungs for their constant service. When your heart beats, acknowledge its faithful dedication to keeping you alive. Throughout the day, speak to your body as you would speak to a beloved friend. Instead of saying, my back is killing me, say, my back is asking for some love and attention. Instead of, I'm so tired, say, my body is telling me it needs rest so it can regenerate and heal. This may seem like a simple change in language, but it represents a fundamental shift in consciousness. When you speak about your body with love and respect, when you see symptoms as communications rather than problems, when you treat your physical experience as sacred rather than mundane, you align yourself with the healing power of love. The third practice is what I call the emergency healing protocol for times when you're facing acute symptoms or health crises. This is a concentrated method for immediately accessing the healing power of love when you need it most urgently. The moment you notice any symptom or discomfort, instead of panicking or filling your mind with fear, immediately place your hands on the affected area and begin sending intense, concentrated love. Say out loud or in your mind, I love you, I appreciate you, you have perfect intelligence to heal yourself right now. Breathe healing love into the area. Visualize golden healing light surrounding and penetrating every cell. See perfect function being restored, perfect health being expressed. Feel genuine gratitude for the healing that is taking place, even before you see physical evidence of it. Continue this for at least 5 minutes, maintaining complete focus on sending love rather than worrying about the symptom. Often you will find that symptoms begin to diminish or disappear entirely during this process as the healing power of love goes to work immediately. But even if you don't see immediate physical changes, trust that the love you're sending is doing its perfect work. Healing sometimes happens instantly, and sometimes it unfolds over time. Your job is not to control the timing. Your job is to provide the love that makes healing possible. I remember a woman who came to see me after suffering from chronic headaches for years. She had tried every medication, every treatment, every therapy available, but the headaches persisted. I taught her these practices, and she began sending love to her head and brain every time a headache started. At first, the headaches didn't seem to respond. But she persisted because she understood that she was learning to work with her body rather than against it. Gradually, she began to notice that the headaches were becoming less severe and less frequent. Within 3 months, they had disappeared completely. But more than that, she told me that her entire relationship with her body had changed. She no longer saw it as something that caused her problems. She saw it as her most faithful companion, deserving of love and care and respect. This shift in consciousness not only healed her headaches, but also improved her overall health and vitality in ways she had never imagined possible. This is what I want for you, not just the healing of specific symptoms, but a complete transformation in how you see and relate to your physical body. I want you to discover the joy of living in a body that you love and appreciate, a body that responds to your care with increased health and vitality. But there's an even deeper level to this healing work that I must share with you, because true healing goes beyond the physical body to encompass your entire being, your emotions, your thoughts, your soul itself. And it's to this deeper healing that I want to turn our attention now. Advanced healing applications. My beloved friend, as you begin to experience the power of healing love in your physical body, you will discover something remarkable. True healing extends far beyond the elimination of symptoms or the curing of disease. True healing is the restoration of your entire being to its natural state of wholeness, harmony, and perfect expression. The healing love that flows through your consciousness when you apply these principles doesn't just affect your physical cells and organs. It permeates every level of your existence, healing old emotional wounds, transforming limiting beliefs, and awakening you to the magnificent truth of who you really are. Let me share with you how to apply the final healing code to the deeper aspects of your being, so that your healing becomes not just physical, but complete, encompassing every part of your human experience and revealing your true nature as an unlimited spiritual being, temporarily expressing through physical form. The first area where healing love creates profound transformation is in your emotional body. Every emotion you've ever experienced is stored in your cellular memory. Every hurt, every trauma, every moment of fear or anger or sadness has left its imprint in your physical form. These emotional imprints often become the root cause of physical illness, creating energy blocks that prevent the free flow of life force through your being. But here's the beautiful truth. The same love that heals your physical body can also heal these deep emotional wounds. When you send genuine love to the parts of yourself that have been hurt, when you embrace with compassion the experiences that have caused you pain, when you forgive yourself for past mistakes and others for their failures to love you as you deserved, this love dissolves the emotional blocks and frees your life force to flow freely again. Let me tell you about a man named David who came to see me several years ago. He was suffering from chronic back pain that no doctor could explain or cure. All the tests showed that structurally his back was fine, but the pain was real and debilitating, affecting every aspect of his life. As we talked, I learned that David was carrying tremendous emotional burdens. His father had been extremely critical and demanding, never expressing love or approval despite David's constant efforts to please him. David had spent his entire adult life feeling like he wasn't good enough, carrying the weight of his father's disapproval like a physical burden on his shoulders. I helped David understand that his back pain was his body's way of expressing the emotional pain he had been carrying for decades. His back was literally breaking under the weight of all that unexpressed grief, anger, and hurt. We began working with a healing power of love, but not just for his physical back. We sent love to the little boy inside him who had so desperately wanted his father's approval. We sent love to all the parts of himself that felt unworthy and not good enough. We sent love even to his father, understanding that his father's inability to express love came from his own wounds and limitations. As David learned to love and accept all parts of himself, including the parts he had rejected and judged, something miraculous happened. The emotional weight he had been carrying began to lift, and with it his physical back pain began to disappear. But the healing went much deeper than the relief of symptoms. David discovered that he was worthy of love simply because he existed. He learned to appreciate his own unique gifts and qualities. He began to treat himself with the kindness and compassion he had always reserved for others. This emotional healing created a complete transformation in his life. His relationships improved because he no longer needed others to validate his worth. His work became more fulfilling because he was no longer driven by the need to prove himself. His entire experience of life became richer and more joyful because he was finally able to love himself completely. This is the power of applying healing love to your emotional being. Every hurt can be healed, every wound can be mended, every broken place in your heart can be made whole again. The love that created you is greater than any pain you have experienced. And when you allow this love to flow into the wounded places, healing happens naturally and completely. The second area where healing love creates profound transformation is in your mental body, your thoughts, beliefs, and mental patterns. Most people don't realize that their thoughts are creating their physical experience. Every belief you hold, every mental pattern you repeat, every story you tell yourself about who you are and what's possible for you, all of these mental formations are constantly shaping your physical reality. If you've been thinking thoughts of limitation, if you've been believing that you're at the mercy of your genes or your circumstances, if you've been telling yourself that healing is impossible or unlikely, these thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. Your subconscious mind takes these mental instructions and creates physical experiences that match them. But when you apply healing love to your mental body, when you send love to your thoughts and beliefs, when you compassionately examine and transform the mental patterns that no longer serve you, you literally rewire your consciousness for health, wholeness, and unlimited possibility. I worked with a woman named Maria who had been diagnosed with what doctors called an incurable autoimmune condition. Her immune system was attacking her own tissues, causing inflammation and pain throughout her body. The medications helped somewhat, but she was told she would need to manage this condition for the rest of her life. When Maria came to see me, I could hear immediately how she spoke about herself and her condition. She had accepted the label incurable as absolute truth. She saw her immune system as her enemy. She believed she was powerless to influence her condition except through external treatments. I began working with Maria to examine and transform these limiting beliefs. We sent love to her immune system, appreciating its incredible intelligence and its desire to protect her. Instead of seeing it as attacking her, we began to see it as confused and needing guidance, like a faithful guard dog that had forgotten how to distinguish friend from foe. We worked on transforming her belief from, "I have an incurable disease," to, "I have an intelligent body that is learning to function in perfect harmony." We changed, "My immune system is attacking me," to, "My immune system is incredibly powerful and can learn to direct that power toward perfect health." We shifted, "I am powerless," to, "I am the conscious director of my body's healing intelligence." As Maria's mental patterns changed, something remarkable happened. She began to relate to her body differently. Instead of being afraid of her immune system, she began to communicate with it lovingly. She would place her hands on areas of inflammation and speak to her immune cells like a loving mother speaking to confused children. She would say, "I love you, my dear immune cells. You are so intelligent and so powerful. I know you want to protect me and keep me healthy. Now I'm going to help you remember how to do that perfectly. You don't need to fight my own tissues. You can direct all that beautiful power toward creating perfect health and protecting me from real threats." The transformation was extraordinary. Within months, her inflammation markers began to improve significantly. Her pain decreased dramatically. Her energy returned. Within 2 years, her doctors were amazed to find that her condition was in complete remission. But Maria understood what had really happened. She hadn't just healed her autoimmune condition, she had awakened to her true power as a conscious creator of her physical experience. She had learned that her thoughts and beliefs were not just mental events, but creative forces that shaped her reality in every moment. This is the level of healing I want you to understand is possible for you. when you apply healing love to your mental body, when you consciously choose thoughts that support your well-being, when you transform limiting beliefs into empowering truths, you literally reprogram your entire physical experience. But there's an even deeper level of healing that I must share with you, the healing of your soul itself. Because sometimes the roots of illness go deeper than the physical body, deeper than emotions, deeper even than thoughts and beliefs. Sometimes illness is the soul's way of calling you back to your true nature, back to the love that you are, back to the infinite power that is your birthright. I've worked with people who had tried everything, every medical treatment, every healing modality, every spiritual practice, and still struggled with chronic illness or limitation. But when they finally understood that their condition was their soul's way of awakening them to deeper truth, when they embraced their illness as a teacher rather than an enemy, when they allowed it to guide them back to love, that's when complete healing occurred. Let me share with you the story of a woman named Grace, who exemplified this deepest level of healing. Grace had been battling cancer for several years. She had undergone multiple surgeries, rounds of chemotherapy, radiation treatments, every intervention that medical science could offer. And while these treatments had helped, the cancer kept returning. When Grace came to see me, she was exhausted, not just physically, but spiritually. She felt like she had been fighting a war with her own body, and she was losing. She was angry at God, angry at life, angry at what seemed like the unfairness of her situation. But as we talked, I helped Grace see her situation from a completely different perspective. What if this cancer wasn't her enemy? What if it wasn't a random catastrophe or a sign of divine punishment? What if it was actually her soul's way of calling her attention to something important, something that needed to be healed at the deepest level of her being? Grace had lived most of her life trying to please others, putting everyone else's needs before her own, never expressing her true feelings or desires. She had buried her authentic self so deeply that she had almost forgotten who she really was. The cancer, I suggested, might be her soul's way of forcing her to stop, to turn inward, to rediscover her true nature and begin living authentically. At first, Grace resisted this idea. How could she be grateful for cancer? How could she see this devastating disease as anything other than a tragedy? But gradually, as we worked together, she began to understand what I meant. Grace began to have conversations with her cancer, not as an enemy to be defeated, but as a teacher with something important to show her. She asked it, "What are you trying to tell me? What do I need to learn? How can I honor what you're teaching me?" And the answers came. The cancer was showing her that she had been living a life that wasn't truly hers. She had been so focused on pleasing others that she had neglected her own soul's calling. She had been so afraid of disappointing people that she had never expressed her authentic self. Grace began to make changes, not just in her treatment, but in her entire approach to life. She started saying no to commitments that drained her energy. She began expressing her true feelings instead of hiding them. She started pursuing creative projects that brought her joy. She learned to put her own needs first without guilt. Most importantly, she began to love herself, not just the parts of herself that others approved of, but all of herself, including the parts she had rejected and hidden. She loved her sensitivity, her creativity, her need for solitude and reflection. She even learned to love her cancer, seeing it as the catalyst that had awakened her to her authentic self. As Grace aligned more completely with her true nature, as she learned to love all parts of herself unconditionally, something miraculous happened. Her latest test showed that the cancer was completely gone. Her doctors called it a spontaneous remission, but Grace knew better. She had healed at the deepest level, the level of the soul, and her body had simply reflected that inner wholeness. This is the ultimate healing that's available to you, not just the healing of symptoms or conditions, but the healing of the fundamental separation from your true nature that is the root cause of all suffering. When you learn to love yourself completely, when you embrace all aspects of your human experience as part of your soul's journey, when you align with the infinite love that is your deepest essence, that's when complete healing becomes not just possible, but inevitable. The final healing code, love, operates at every level of your being because love is what you are in your deepest essence. You are not a physical body that happens to have a soul. You are a soul that is temporarily expressing through a physical body. And the love that is your true nature has the power to heal anything, transform anything, restore anything to its perfect expression. This is why I've spent my life teaching these principles. This is why I've dedicated myself to helping people discover the infinite power that lies within their own consciousness. Because when you awaken to the truth of who you really are, when you learn to love yourself as completely as you are loved by the infinite intelligence that created you, when you align with the healing power that has always been yours, there is nothing you cannot heal, nothing you cannot overcome, nothing you cannot transform. But understanding these principles intellectually is not enough. You must apply them consistently, persistently, with faith and dedication. You must make the choice again and again to love rather than fear, to trust rather than doubt, to see yourself as powerful rather than powerless. The healing you seek is not somewhere outside you, waiting to be found or granted or earned. The healing you seek is within you right now, in this very moment, waiting only for your recognition and your willingness to receive it. Let me now share with you how to integrate all of these principles into a complete healing practice that will awaken the infinite power within you and transform your entire experience of health and wholeness. Creating radiant health. My beloved friend, as we reach the culmination of our journey together, I want to share with you the most important understanding of all. Healing is not just about getting rid of illness or eliminating symptoms. True healing is about awakening to radiant health, a state of such vibrant well-being, such unlimited vitality, such complete harmony of body, mind, and spirit, that illness becomes not just unlikely, but impossible. This radiant health is your natural state. It's what you were created to experience. It's the expression of your true nature as an unlimited spiritual being, temporarily housed in a physical form that is designed to be the perfect vehicle for your soul's expression in this world. Most people settle for merely being not sick. They think health is simply the absence of disease. But this is like thinking that light is simply the absence of darkness. Light has its own positive existence, its own energy, its own power to illuminate and transform everything it touches. In the same way, true health is not just the absence of illness. It's a positive force of vitality and wholeness that radiates from within you and transforms your entire experience of being alive. When you understand health in this way, when you make radiant well-being your goal rather than simply avoiding sickness, everything changes. Instead of living in fear of what might go wrong with your body, you live in joyful anticipation of how healthy and vital you can become. Instead of focusing on problems to be solved, you focus on potential to be realized. This shift in perspective is crucial because your consciousness creates your experience. When you focus on illness, you attract more illness. When you focus on health, you attract more health. When you live in fear of disease, you create the very conditions that allow disease to flourish. But when you live in celebration of wellness, you create the conditions in which radiant health naturally expresses itself. Let me share with you the principles for creating and maintaining radiant health using the final healing code of love. These are not just techniques to use when you're sick. They are a way of life that maintains such a high level of vitality and well-being that sickness cannot take root in your consciousness or your body. The first principle is what I call preventive love. This means maintaining a constant flow of healing love through your consciousness, not waiting until problems arise to send love to your body. Just as you would water a plant regularly to keep it healthy rather than waiting until it wilts, you want to nourish your body with love consistently to maintain optimal health every morning when you wake up. Before your feet even touch the floor, spend a few moments sending love and appreciation to your entire body. Thank every organ, every system, every cell for its perfect function. Visualize healing light flowing through your entire being, maintaining perfect health and vitality at every level. Throughout the day, maintain awareness of your body as a sacred temple deserving of your constant love and care. When you eat, choose foods that your body loves, foods that nourish and energize rather than burden and deplete. When you move, do so with appreciation for your body's incredible ability to carry you through life. When you rest, do so with gratitude for your body's wisdom in knowing what it needs. This constant flow of loving attention creates what I call a field of wellness around your body, an energy field so coherent, so harmonious, so aligned with health that illness simply cannot penetrate it. You become like a person standing in bright sunlight. Darkness cannot exist where the light is so strong. The second principle is emotional hygiene. Just as you practice physical hygiene to keep your body clean and healthy, you must practice emotional hygiene to keep your feeling nature clear and harmonious. Negative emotions like anger, resentment, fear, and hatred are toxic to your system, creating the internal conditions in which illness can develop. This doesn't mean suppressing or denying negative emotions when they arise. That would only drive them deeper into your consciousness where they can do more damage. Instead, it means learning to process and transform negative emotions quickly and effectively, using the power of love to dissolve them before they can create lasting harm. When you feel anger, instead of dwelling on it or expressing it destructively, immediately ask yourself, how can I transform this anger into love? What is this emotion trying to teach me? How can I use this energy constructively rather than destructively? When you feel fear, instead of allowing it to paralyze you or create anxiety, send love to the part of yourself that is afraid. Recognize that fear is often just love that has been inverted. You fear losing what you love, fear not being able to protect what matters to you. By reconnecting with the love underneath the fear, you transform the fear into a positive force. When you feel resentment or hurt, instead of nursing these feelings or using them to justify further anger, send love to yourself and to the person who hurt you. This doesn't mean accepting abuse or failing to set appropriate boundaries. It means refusing to poison your own consciousness with toxic emotions that will ultimately harm you more than anyone else. I once worked with a woman who had developed severe arthritis in her hands and wrists. As we explored the emotional patterns underlying her condition, we discovered that she had been carrying tremendous resentment toward her ex-husband for many years. She was literally stiff with anger, and this emotional rigidity had manifested as physical stiffness and inflammation in her joints. As she learned to release her resentment and send love to her ex-husband, not condoning his behavior but freeing herself from the prison of her own anger, her arthritis began to improve dramatically. The more love she sent, the more flexible her joints became. Within 6 months, her arthritis was completely gone and she had regained full use of her hands. The third principle is mental mastery. Your thoughts are constantly creating your physical experience. Every thought of health strengthens your body. Every thought of illness weakens it. Every thought of vitality increases your energy. Every thought of limitation decreases your capacity. Mental mastery means taking conscious control of your thought life, choosing thoughts that support radiant health rather than allowing random, often negative thoughts to run wild through your consciousness. It means developing what I call health consciousness, a habitual way of thinking about your body and your well-being that automatically generates healing energy. Instead of thinking, I hope I don't get sick, think, I am healthy and strong and vital. Instead of worrying about symptoms, focus on appreciating your body's incredible intelligence and healing power. Instead of fearing aging, celebrate the wisdom that comes with experience while maintaining a youthful consciousness that keeps your body energized and renewed. Practice what I call future perfect thinking. Imagine yourself not just as healthy now, but as becoming healthier and more vital with each passing day. See yourself aging gracefully, maintaining strength and energy and mental clarity well into your later years. Envision your body as a self-renewing system that becomes more perfect with time rather than one that inevitably declines. The fourth principle is spiritual alignment. Remember that you are not just a physical body, you are a spiritual being expressing through physical form. When you align with your spiritual nature, when you connect with the infinite intelligence and love that is your true essence, you tap into healing power that transcends all limitations. Spend time each day in prayer, meditation, or contemplation, not as a duty or obligation, but as a joyful communion with the source of all healing. Feel yourself as connected to and supported by the infinite love that created you and sustains you every moment. Recognize that your body is not separate from the universe. It is the universe expressing itself in individual form. The same intelligence that governs the movement of planets and the growth of flowers is the intelligence that beats your heart and heals your wounds. When you align with this intelligence, when you trust it completely, when you surrender to its wisdom, that's when miraculous healing becomes natural and effortless. The fifth and final principle is service and purpose. Health is not just about you. It's about your ability to serve, to contribute, to express your unique gifts in the world. When you have a sense of purpose that extends beyond yourself, when you feel called to serve something greater than your personal concerns, this sense of meaning and mission becomes a powerful force for healing and vitality. Ask yourself, how can my healing serve not just me, but others as well? How can my vibrant health enable me to make a greater contribution to the world? What gifts do I have to offer that require me to be healthy and strong and fully alive? When you connect your healing to your purpose, when you see your health as essential to your ability to serve, you tap into motivation and energy that transcends personal desire. You align with the evolutionary impulse of life itself, which is always seeking to express more beauty, more love, more intelligence, more creativity through individual forms. I have seen this principle transform the lives of countless people who had given up hope for healing. When they discovered that their healing was not just about them, but about their ability to serve others and fulfill their soul's purpose, they found strength and determination they never knew they possessed. A man with terminal cancer discovered that his experience with illness had given him unique compassion and understanding that could help other cancer patients. As he began to focus on how he could serve others going through similar experiences, his own healing accelerated dramatically. He not only recovered completely, but went on to help thousands of other people heal from cancer using the principles I'm sharing with you. A woman with chronic fatigue syndrome realized that her sensitivity to energy, which had been part of her illness, was actually a gift that could help her become a powerful healer for others. As she embraced this calling and began to use her healing abilities to serve others, her own energy returned stronger than ever before. This is the miraculous paradox of healing. The more you focus on how your healing can serve others, the more powerfully healing flows through your own life. Love multiplies when it's shared. Healing energy grows when it's directed toward the benefit of all. My dear friend, you now possess the complete understanding of the final healing code and how to apply it to create radiant health at every level of your being. You know that love is the only healing power in the universe, and you know that this love is not separate from you, it is you in your deepest essence. You understand that healing is not about fighting illness, but about awakening wellness, not about overcoming your body, but about aligning with its infinite intelligence, not about finding healing outside yourself, but about recognizing the healing power that has always been within you. You have the specific practices for generating and directing healing love through your consciousness. You know how to apply this love to your physical body, your emotions, your thoughts, and your soul itself. You understand how to create and maintain radiant health through preventive love, emotional hygiene, mental mastery, spiritual alignment, and purposeful service. Most importantly, you know that you are not a victim of illness, genetics, or circumstances. You are a powerful spiritual being with unlimited access to the healing power of the universe. The same love that created you is available to heal you, to transform you, to awaken you to the radiant health that is your natural birthright. But knowing these truths is not enough. You must live them. You must apply them. You must make them the foundation of your daily experience. And as you do, as you consistently choose love over fear, trust over doubt, appreciation over criticism, you will discover that healing is not a rare miracle reserved for the fortunate few. It is the natural expression of a consciousness aligned with love. Your healing journey begins now, in this moment, with your decision to claim the power that has always been yours. Every cell in your body is waiting for your love. Every organ is ready to respond to your appreciation. Every system is prepared to express perfect function when given your conscious direction. The final healing code is now yours to use. May you use it wisely, lovingly, and consistently. May you awaken to the infinite power within you. And may your healing be not just complete, but radiant, a beacon of hope and possibility for all who are ready to discover the same healing power within themselves. Now, if you want to take this healing power even deeper, if you're ready to discover the one prayer that can heal any condition in your body, then you need to watch my next video, The Miracle Healing Prayer. Speak this daily, and your body will heal itself. In that video, I reveal the exact prayer that combines the healing power of love with specific words that command your subconscious mind to restore perfect health. It's the prayer that activates your body's miracle healing mode and creates what doctors call spontaneous remission. This prayer has been used by spiritual healers for centuries, but I'm going to teach you how to personalize it for your specific condition and multiply its healing power tenfold. You'll discover the precise words that speak directly to your cellular intelligence, the exact phrases that awaken your body's unlimited capacity for self-renewal, and the specific way to pray that makes healing not just possible, but inevitable. This is not just another prayer technique. This is the culmination of everything I've learned about the relationship between consciousness and physical healing. It's the missing piece that transforms understanding into experience, knowledge into manifestation, hope into reality. Click that video now, because your complete healing awaits. Your body is ready to express perfect health. Your consciousness is prepared to direct unlimited healing power. And your soul is calling you to step into the radiant vitality that is your divine inheritance. The final healing code has been revealed. The power has been awakened. Now let us discover together how to speak the words that will make your healing complete and permanent. Your miracle is waiting.